Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Nurse RX. My name is Aleisha, and thank you for coming to my channel. So in today's video, I will be discussing something a little bit different than my normal topics. However, I thought it was very, very important. I am going to be discussing the reasons why I choose to homeschool my son. I have some notes here in front of me, so if you see me looking down, that's why I tend to go back and forth sometimes in regards to my eye movement, but I just want to make sure I don't forget anything for you guys. So welcome to my journey in regards to homeschooling. I've been doing it now for a couple of years, so let's just jump right into it. Oh, but before I start, please, no negative comments. They will be blocked. You will be blocked. Not because I'm a mean person. I just want positivity on my channel. I'm spewing positivity and I want positivity spewed back to me. Okay, first, let me start the journey of our homeschooling. My son will be entering the 4th grade. It all started in the time period of, you guessed it, March 2020, when the world changed, when COVID happened. My son was in kindergarten. And in March of 2020, they sent all the children home to do virtual school and things of that nature, whether it's your own homeschooling curriculum or virtual school. His particular school that he was in decided to go with virtual. I was completely okay with that. I am a stay-at-home mom. I'm a housewife. Even though I do have a nursing and an MBA degree, my calling in this time period is to be stay-at-home mom, housewife. I've always felt like that was my calling to begin with. But I took on that responsibility of homeschooling my son through his public school system. Worked out wonderful, worked out great. I loved it. He loved it. So going into his 1st grade year, over the summertime, I was just praying, God, please, with so much happening in the world and that thing being what it was at the time, I just did not feel safe sending him back. So his school gave an option to do virtual again, or you can come in person. My husband and I decided that no, we're not comfortable. We want to keep him at home with us. So for his 1st grade year, we did virtual again through his public school that is located near our home. Fabulous opportunity, fabulous time. He absolutely loved it. Come his 2nd grade year, his public school did not give an option for virtual school. My husband and I were devastated. We were like, well, what are we going to do? I had researched some virtual programs in our area or statewide. I really wasn't sure how to feel about it at the time. So I'm like, let's just, we're in an ACE-rated school district. Let's just send him there. We know he's going to do great. We just have to, monitor him in regards to the thing that was going on, / aka COVID. Make sure that, we send him. I had him on goggles. He had mask. I'm like, the only time you take off your mask is when you eat outside playground. That is it. Mama was not playing games, and still don't play games when it comes to my child. I just don't have the time. I just can't do it. So with that being said, we sent him to his public school in 2nd grade, which worked out good, very, very good. He loved it. However, he did have a lot of close encounters with contacts in regards to what we've been discussing. So it was just too much. It was too much for our nerves. It was just too much. So come his 3rd grade year, before he started, I did a lot of research in regards to, okay, my husband and I are not really comfortable sending him back as of right now. What are we really going to do with him for his 3rd grade year? He really wanted to do homeschool / aka, our homeschool is virtual school. I don't do my own curriculum. Let me get to that part. So for his 3rd grade year, I found a program that worked out excellent for him. He still engaged with teachers. He engaged with students. They had activity, that everything was still, he wasn't lacking anything except for face-to-face contact. Well, he doesn't need face-to-face contact in order to, you know, how can I put this lightly? I am more concerned about his safety than I am his social aspect. He's going to be great. He's going to do just fine. My son's a very social child. So that's not even a concern for my husband and I. He loved it. He still had his teachers. He had his classmates online. He still has friends in the neighborhood. Other activities that we go to, things that he's involved in. So I was like, sure, let's go for it. Third grade year was great. Perfect. So now he's entering his fourth grade year. And I was like, okay, honey, are you ready to go back to school now? Because we're feeling a tiny bit more comfortable. I don't think we'll ever be completely comfortable. But he was like, no, I don't want to go back. I want to do home. I want to do virtual, through our county or whatever. So that's what we're doing for his fourth grade year. We are doing virtual school through our county, which is still under our public school system here locally. So that worked out great. So we're going to give it another go around. Mama's brushing up on her skills. The things they're teaching these kids now, honey, they did not teach that when I was in school. But guess what? I get to learn while he's learning. So that works out great for us. And I'm finding a schedule that's working out great for us in regards to just so much in our lives. Now, let me explain exactly why we decided to do homeschooling this go round. So I have my reasons here in front of me. So let me just walk through it. So first and foremost, the first reason why we homeschool, and to me what's most important, is his safety. And when I say safety, that encompasses a multitude of things. COVID, let's just be honest, is still out there, still very real. We are quadrupled vaccinated. I'm just going to say that. I'm a nurse. I've done my research. We've been okay with the vaccinations. We've had no side effects. We are great. So there's still a real concern for us. My son has a particular type of asthma, and I do not want to risk, because I know that particular thing that we were just talking about can cause respiratory issues, and I will get into that later. We just decided, no, we're not going to keep taking our chances. But before that, with everything that's going on in the schools now in regards to gun safety and school shootings, my heart breaks into a billion pieces for parents who've lost kids through any means, in particular unnecessary violence in the school system, whether it be someone coming in to do harm to children, or bullying, or fights in school and things of that nature. Even though we do live in an A-rated school district, I am not going to put anything past anybody else's child in regards to bullying and gun safety and shootings and things of that nature. So that's first and foremost. I'm just going to lay it out on the table. That's our number one reason why we chose to homeschool, is that I know where he is all the time, every second of the day. I know he's safe, and I don't have to worry about things. I get to educate him at home in regards to things that out there in the world, and it's my husband and I's responsibility to do so. So that's our first reason. Second reason is it's more flexible for us. We get to be with him and the involvement of his schooling. Even though it is virtual, we get first dibs, first hands on what he's actually learning. I know when he was in public school, brick and mortar, I knew what he was learning, but I didn't know how they were teaching it. Even though he did excellent and he was on principal's list every single time, I'm still like, I know what you're learning, but I don't know what you're learning. With virtual school, when he's in class, I'm in class. When they're on Zoom, I'm in Zoom with them. I'm off to the side because I want to know what the teacher's teaching. I want to know how they're educating them, what they're learning, how they're teaching it to him, to make sure that he understands the strategies. So it's more flexible for us and being more involved in what he's learning and how he's learning it. And we get to cater to his learning style, his learning needs. He is a very quick learner, but he learns in a particular way. He's a child. He's an elementary school child. So for him, spitting the rhetoric of just reading from a book just isn't going to work. He likes things through games and learning and making it exciting, which should be, to me, key for kids who learn that way, and that just works out for him wonderfully. So that's how we learn, and he just eats it up. He loves it. It works out great for us. So yeah, that's the second reason. Third reason, we get to protect his innocence. We see now that kids are growing up so fast. They're succumbing to peer pressure, having to fit in. If you don't, you get bullied and things of that nature. So we just want to protect his innocence. He's 9 going on 10 years old. He listens and sees everything. Even though he doesn't succumb to peer pressure, we still want to make sure that he still maintains his innocence. And that is, like I said, which is very important to us. So we just, decided, we're going to keep him away from the inappropriate things. And we just want him to be a kid. We just want him to enjoy being a kid while learning at the same time. Let's see. What's our next reason? We get to incorporate more into his schedule, which is what I love. We're a Christian family. We do believe in Jesus. So to me, learning the Bible for him is way up here. It's at the top. So we get to incorporate that. He gets to learn life skills. When I'm doing laundry, I'm teaching him laundry. When I'm doing the dishes, I'm teaching him how to wash dishes. He's becoming a young man, so I'm teaching him how to become a young man. They can't teach these kids that in school. And should we be teaching them outside of school? Yes, absolutely. He just gets a more, to me, a faster approach in doing so. He's still a mama's boy. I still cater to his needs. He's my responsibility. He's my child. So guess what? That's what mama's going to do. So, but at the same time, he's learning. When I go grocery shopping in the middle or at the end of his school day, he's there learning how to budget. He's there learning how to pick out things. He's learning life skills. So that's another reason why homeschooling works great for us. I get to incorporate so much more into his learning schedule than what is being taught in the school system. Family togetherness. My husband works from home. I work from home, and my key role in this home is CFO. I'm the Chief Financial Officer. I am the mama. I am the wife. I am the nurse. I am the businesswoman. I am doing all the things. I just don't sit at home and watch Lifetime, honey. I run a whole household, manage a budget. I'm taking care of my family, all the cooking, all the cleaning. No, I don't have nannies. No, I don't have housekeeping coming in. I do it all. And living in a home that is our size, trust me, it takes a lot, and it can become overwhelming, but it's what I choose to do, and it's what I love to do. Like I said, my husband works from home, so we get to see each other all day long. If he wants to run down the middle of the school day and say, hey, Daddy, this is what I learned, because he's excited about it, he gets to run to my husband's office and say, hey, Daddy, this is what I learned. And we get to do traveling more. And also, I think I have something on my back page here. No, I don't, but I'm going to add this in here. Those times where we need to travel, we can do so. Key example, when school started for him in 3rd grade last year, we had so much going on at that time. When I say so much, so much. As soon as school kicked off for the 3rd grade year, first day of school, we found out that he had COVID. My husband had COVID a few days prior. So of course it was going to trickle down to everybody in the house. That's typically how it goes for some people. They are fortunate enough to stay away from it, even though they live in the same household, but it just happened to trickle down to us. So he didn't have to miss the first 3 weeks of school because of COVID. Like I say, we are quadruple vaccinated. So even though he was sick and ill, he wasn't down. He was very lethargic, but he was able to do the work. And And then right after that, a couple of weeks later, I found out my grandmother passed away in a whole different state. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm starting homeschool. You know, I was devastated. My grandmother had passed away. Love of my life, you know, my everything, okay? Had to pick up everything, travel, but guess what? He still got to do school. He never missed a day of school, ever. And these school systems that we're in now, you know, that can count against you, which is crazy. But in the same breath, doing virtual school for us, and keep in mind, when he had COVID, I had COVID. So me as his learning coach, coaching someone, I'm sick, he's sick, you know, and I felt like that's a whole nother story. I may touch on our COVID experience later on. If you're interested in that, drop a comment down below. But that was a lot. So getting over COVID, turning around, having to jump on a plane to go to a whole nother state, never missed a day of school. And I'm grateful for virtual school because that allowed him to be able to keep up with his courses without losing any time. So yeah, that's another reason. And last but not least, it's simply what works for us. Everybody has their own opinions in regards to your child needs to be socialized, your child needs this, your child needs that, and blah, 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 blah. And I get it. He has socialization. That's one thing I was saying earlier, my main concern at this point is his safety of his body from illnesses and from the crazy things that are going on in the school system, than him being socialized. He has more than enough opportunities to be socialized. I'm not concerned about that. It's never been a concern to me. Now, will there ever come a time he may go back into a building? Probably. I'm not going to say absolutely yes. I'm not going to say absolutely no, but maybe. But I'm not going to speak on that right now because that's not where we're at right now. Our main concern at this particular time is just making sure he's educated, making sure he's safe. And, you know, God gave him to us to protect, and I take my responsibilities very seriously. But it's just simply what works for us. You know, my husband works from home. I'm at home. He's at home. We get that family togetherness and closeness. It just is magical. It works. So those are the reasons why my husband and I choose to homeschool our son. And I will get into another series on what programs we use, our schedule, and things of that nature. But I just wanted to kick off this video as a precursor to videos that will come in the future in regards to how it works out for us, how our day is started, how we end it, things we incorporate that's not incorporated into the school system, and programs we use. So on that note, I want to thank you for joining me today on the Nurse RX in regards to our homeschooling series. The fall schooling system is about to kick off and for us next month. So I wanted to jumpstart this video in regards to why, again, we are choosing to homeschool. Thank you for watching me today, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.